One of the most important Buddhist understanding of the nature of the reality is three words: impermanence, interdependence, and shunyata, or sometimes translated as emptiness. And I think these are very closely linked, and one leads to the another. The first is about the impermanence, which is actually obvious, that we can all see that things change. Everybody becomes old and finally pass away. There's nothing in this world or anywhere else that doesn't change and decay. Now, the main understanding is that how quickly things change. Now, this is when we look into the nature of anything that's existing. We know that things change, but when does the things change? When we look deeply, it doesn't change only once a day or once a year or once a month or once a moment. Actually, we find that there is no moment when things do not change, because everything is actually existing, not independently, but dependently on everything, on lots of things. And so therefore, there's no real one thing that is totally independent. And everything is interdependently existing, relatively existing. That's why, we talk about the understanding of interdependent. Everything is affecting everything. Everything that we look as one is not one, but many things that's there, and many things. There's no one thing in many things, because each one you look at that's also made of many causes and many conditions and many ingredients and things like that. So therefore there is nothing which is not interdependent. So when you look into this, which is impermanent and interdependent and very relative, that's the way everything is. There's no real time when anything is existing on its own independently, without affected by anything or affecting anything. So therefore everything is in a way like a flow. There's no one time that you can say this is now only existing and not changing and not affecting others or not being affected by others. So therefore, if you look deeply in that way or that state, then you find that there is actually nothing that exists, remains independently on its own, and there's nothing called really only one thing. And this understanding is what we call the understanding or philosophy or the view of emptiness. And so therefore everything that is there, emptiness is not to say that there is nothing existing or there's nothing there. It's about how all these things that we see around, everything that, including myself, the whole phenomena, really exists in its way, in its natural way. The way the things really exist is dependently existing, impermanently existing, and there is no one true, real independent thing there. So therefore, in a way, it is existing in an unreal way, and that is what we call the emptiness nature of things. So therefore, because of this, everything can change, everything can transform, everything can impact each other, because everything is always changing, like this flower. The flowers can grow, can bloom, transform, different things can happen, all the chemistry can happen. There's nothing which cannot happen, because in truth there is no true one thing there existing on its own. And that is the way everything is, including myself, including everything else. And that's the nature of the way things are. And that understanding is called the philosophy or the view of interdependence, emptiness, and also impermanence.